Lee Cowan joins us now live from Kennedy Space Center with all the details. Lee?
Hi, Diana. Yeah, well, I think for the most part tonight, the crew of the Shuttle Discovery is really getting used to some earthly pleasures that they haven't had for the last 8 days, and probably the most important to them tonight is just sleeping in a normal bed. It has been a long day, but it's also been a historic one.
History ended with a bang in Florida as the world's oldest astronaut, along with the rest of Discovery's crew, came screaming through the atmosphere at supersonic speed.
And a moment in history.
After logging some 3.5 million miles, the shuttle touched down like a giant feather. John Glenn was back on Earth, but he was still flying high.
1G, and I feel fine. Discovery and this crew took us around and around, and that view is still tremendous.
Landing at some 200 miles an hour, all 110 tons of Discovery came lumbering to a stop without the aid of its huge drag parachute. A relief to some who had been worried about the chute deploying early ever since its compartment door fell off just before liftoff some 9 days ago. But a close inspection on landing showed the chute still intact, much like all 7 crew members. Glenn, a little wobbly, getting reacquainted with the effects of gravity, but otherwise, just fine.
As I looked at them, I could see some degree of unsteadiness in one or two others, and it's not an uncommon occurrence.
Glenn's soft landing stood in stark contrast to his rather rocky one in the Atlantic some 36 years ago. He had only spent a few hours in space then. This time, it's been days, and its effects are sure to be marked and measured, even for weeks to come.
After nearly 4 decades of waiting, it took John Glenn just a little more than 8 days to fulfill a promise, to put the age back in space age. And for that, there were a few new words of gratitude to offer, just the old ones.
You did everything you promised me you said you'd do. God bless you, John Glenn.
Indeed.
Beginning in many respects for John Glenn, because he still has a lot of experiments to go through. He's already gone under 3 or 4 hours worth of more testing today that will continue tomorrow and for the next couple of weeks. And it may be a full year before we get the final results of all the tests that he did over the last 8 days. That's the story live from the Kennedy Space Center tonight. Back to you.
So excitingly, I've done several stories on concerns over Glenn's health upon his re-entry back to Earth. Aside from the wobbliness that you talked about, any other problems with him?
No, so far. I mean, I think really the problem tonight is really just fatigue. They had planned to have a press conference tonight with all the astronauts talking about how the mission went, how they feel getting back home again, what they see for the future, especially for aged space travel. But they simply were too tired tonight. They were up basically at 3 o'clock this morning to prepare the shuttle to come back into orbit and everything else, and they just decided to do it tomorrow morning instead. But other than that, everyone seems to be feeling just fine.
Wow, Lee, we thank you so much for that, bringing us that live report. I guess they are kind of tired traveling 4 million miles, huh?
Well, just think about being in a state of weightlessness for that length of time, and then you come back to Earth, and everything must feel so heavy, like a big Thanksgiving dinner, just heavy, everything pulling down there.
Now you're getting me hungry.
Oh, well, you think about that. We're going to think about the weather here. We had about ½ an inch of rain on this storm, and the temperatures today reached only the upper 50s. ½ an inch isn't bad. We had about an inch in the foothills. I'll show you the totals from our observer team. There it is, 52/100 in downtown Sacramento, 6/10 in Carmichael, 6/10 in Knights Ferry, so the rain extended all the way into the San Joaquin Valley. Oddly enough, it was a little bit lighter to our north. Normally we get heavier rain to the north, but it really seemed to concentrate into central California. An inch at Lake Oroville, 3/4 in Quincy, Pollock Pines, a little over an inch, 120 Lake of the Pines. So everyone in the foothills got about an inch of rain, not snow. The snow level has been hovering around 5,500 feet, but it's gradually coming down, so by tomorrow morning, around 4,000 to 4,500 feet. So maybe a dusting in Pollock Pines. A little cool across the northern plains. If you're doing any traveling, I can tell you there's going to be a lot of snow in the next few days there. Temperature now in Los Angeles, 65. The front is moving towards Southern California, 64 in Las Vegas, and 47 in Reno. And all of Northern California, of course, getting the gusty winds as the front came through, and there it is. Moving a bit to the south, we have a little bit of clearing behind it, but still a chance of showers. Out in the plains, a very healthy storm. This one will continue to bring heavy rain to the northern plains, and as our storm moves eastward, it's going to develop into a very strong low pressure that will continue to bring heavy snow, particularly to Chicago. So if your travel plans are taking you into Denver and then to Chicago in the next few days, you really want to watch the weather. Notice that the jet stream is over a ridge in the Pacific and then driving down into northern California. Actually, it's a bit to the south of us, so we're in this portion, this cold upper level portion where we're getting scattered showers. So the bulk of the rain a little to the south. Because we're in that scattered shower portion of the storm, we're going to continue showers into tonight and tomorrow, but they will be rather widely scattered. And as you can see on our Doppler, most of the action now into the Central Sierra and moving slowly into Southern California. Behind it, just some scattered light shower activity, and this will continue tonight and into tomorrow. So if you're planning to go out this evening, you'll probably be okay. Nothing showing up immediately on Doppler. Notice also that we have frozen precipitation in the mountains. It is snowing in Tahoe right now. About 55 over most of the area with the wind blowing, keeping temperatures somewhat homogeneous. 37 in Tahoe and Truckee, Blue Canyon 34, where they've had rain and snow off and on through the day. 54 in Stockton and Modesto, 57 in Marysville, Yuba City. Temperature change, we're actually similar to yesterday. It's been rather cool, no doubt about that. Dew point temperature 52. Temperatures will drop below the dew point that you see there now, so we may have a little fog in the morning. 90% relative humidity, and the wind is calming down right now about 10 to 20 miles an hour, thank goodness. Barometer at 29.96. Okay, San Francisco, scattered showers tonight and tomorrow, 59 degrees, 58 in Fairfield, so pretty much the same temperature everywhere. Upper 40s, low 50s in the foothills with scattered showers. In the mountains, snow level gradually 4 to 4.5, so be very careful if you're headed up to the Sierra. And for the valley, we'll be in the upper 50s, maybe some patchy fog in a few spots, a few scattered showers, not looking for a whole lot. And then as we go into the future, midweek, another one coming in late Tuesday, Wednesday. It does not look nearly as strong as this one. And some good news after that one zips through, starting late Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Big ridge of high pressure and some very nice weather coming in. But that may mean morning fog. We're now into that time of the year where we'll get some dense morning fog.
Well, thanks for that good news at the end. Thanks, Tom. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Behind every Ford Oval, there's a story to be told. The Ford Taurus story dates all the way back to Henry Ford himself.
I will build a motor car for the great multitude, so low in price that anyone making a good salary will be able to afford one.
Now, the 99 Taurus was a ways off back then, but with a 5-star safety rating and a sticker price $1,000 lower than it was last year, I think Mr. Ford would consider Taurus a job well done. Ford Taurus, built to last. See your Northern California Ford store today.
Round Table has a wide variety of unique pizzas, so naturally we've tried unique methods for delivering our pizza. Sure, maybe we went a little overboard sometimes, but the important thing is we deliver a wide variety of pizzas made with fresh ingredients. Unique pizzas deserve unique delivery, and our motto is simple: to deliver our pizza.
Try a large Italian garlic supreme pizza with pepperoni, Italian sausage, and creamy garlic sauce for just $12.99. Round Table, the last honest pizza.
It's our commitment to you, the extraordinary selection of name brand furniture, the unmatched savings, and guaranteed delivery before Thanksgiving. Our famous Bruner's pre-holiday sale, it's on right now. No payments and no interest for 1 year, plus specially selected merchandise available for delivery prior to Thanksgiving. We guarantee it. At Bruner's, you'll find the largest selection of quality home furnishings. Look for guaranteed delivery tags on great value in-stock merchandise. It's our commitment to you, only at Bruner's.
Right now, you can lease the all-new Alero by Oldsmobile for just $199 a month. Alero by Oldsmobile. Start something.
What do you do when your neighbor is a real slob?
Our fence always looked like a freeway with rats on it.
We found some of the area's worst eyesores and then went with the city on a cleanup mission. Needless to say, the owners were not very happy.
These people are trespassing, harassing me in my yard. They're trespassing in my yard right now.
How to deal with the mess next door in my next I-Team report.
John Baird's I-Team investigation, Tuesday at 5 and 10 on KOVR 13 News.
Hope you're having a lovely Saturday evening. Now, UC Davis's opponent, Western Oregon, drove 9.5 hours on buses yesterday in order to play today's game. 9.5 hours on a bus to get beaten 48-16. That's like walking across the country to go to a Yanni concert. Just doesn't make any sense. UC Davis rolling once again this season. 8-1 on the year coming into this game. 9-1 on the year going out. Kevin Daft with the early touchdown pass. Aggies rolling on offense and rolling on defense. Going nowhere was the Western Oregon offense. Davidson finishing it off with a touchdown run. 48-16 Davis, again 9-1 on the season, likely to host a playoff game if they can now win their final 2 games. Division I football and college football fans may eventually lose one of their favorite pastimes, arguing about the national rankings. There's a better and better chance all of this is going to work itself out on the football field. Imagine that. Ohio State was the top-ranked team coming into today's game, hosting Michigan State. Ohio State rolling for the majority of this game. Damon Moore with the pick and the return and the touchdown. Ohio State led this game 24-9. But Michigan State firing back. They scored 19 straight points. Ohio State would trail by 4 points in the final 2 minutes. Ohio State facing 4th down at the Michigan State 14. A touchdown wins it for Ohio State. But it's Ronaldo Hill with the interception. Michigan State wins it, the upset over the Buckeyes, eliminating Ohio State from the national title hunt. Now Kansas State may be the biggest beneficiary from Ohio State's loss. Kansas State at Baylor, and Kansas State dominating Baylor. Kansas State cruising on both offense and on defense. A 49-6 thumping. Kansas State was number 3 in the Bowl Championship Series rankings. They will likely now move into the number 2 spot, meaning the chance to play in the Fiesta Bowl if nothing changes for the national title. Okay, now here are the undefeated teams in college football, Division I college football right now. Tennessee and Kansas State, they are ranked 1 and 2. If everybody wins out, those are the 2 teams likely to play in the Fiesta Bowl. UCLA still a player. They'll be number 3 after this weekend, assuming they beat Oregon State. They're playing as we speak. Wisconsin, Arkansas, and Tulane, not too tough a schedule, so they're down further in the rankings. All right, Notre Dame beating a weak Boston College team in the 4th quarter today, but then Boston College coming back, the touchdown to cut the Notre Dame lead to just 5. Then in the final seconds, Boston College at the 1-yard line. A touchdown means an upset, but Notre Dame with the clutch stop. The Irish escape with the 31-26 win. And in the Pac-10, UCLA playing as we speak. We said that. Both Cal and Stanford also playing as we speak. This is Washington scoring on Oregon. Washington made this tight until the 4th quarter, but Oregon and their quarterback, Achilles Smith, too much firepower. Oregon moves to 3rd in the Pac-10 behind UCLA and Arizona with the 27-22 win. Well, it's hard to think of NASCAR without thinking of NASCAR's #1 fan, Marcy Valenzuela, on maternity leave, hoping the little one does not arrive on the weekend, thus interfering with her race viewing. Today, the Busch Grand National still 300. Buckshot Jones finished 5th today. We say that because Buckshot Jones, one of our favorite names in racing. Mark Martin, he is the guy that will get bumped right there, but Martin goes on to beat Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the Steel 300.
Funny guy. She doesn't like NASCAR.
She loves NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
She loves NASCAR. She does.
Thanks, Tim. Hey, we hope you join us for the news at 11. Until then, have a wonderful night, everybody.
Next, Rosie, what motivates the elegant actor Sir Anthony Hopkins?
He said, I'm interested in another take, and you said, I'm interested in lunch.
Lunch. Just one lunch. Clarice, would you like some?
And where does country music star Travis Tritt go for inspiration?
Is there one song called Walmart? I understand your wife is addicted to Walmart.
Plus, an incredible rescue by a disabled man.
What an amazing story.
Next, Rosie.
Monday at 4 on KOVR 13.
The new Dodge.
Where can you get a lot of Club Cab for just a little cash? Here's a clue. Your Dodge dealer is stuffed with an extra factory allocation of Ram Club Cabs. Each is stuffed with a 230 horsepower Magnum V8, 4-speed automatic, no charge air, and more, all for under $21,000, as long as they last, proving that when it comes to a great Club Cab deal, we know our stuff.
The new Dodge.
Get ready for the unexpected.
Sir.
ER.